Spirituality has lost its way. It needs to be rebranded. Spirituality needs more badassery. It needs more bravado, more passion, more ferocity, more scars, more pride in those scars, more colors, more confidence, more grit, more humor, more casualness, more spunk, more punk, more conviction, more swag. Spirituality feels kind of in the past, this idea. I am not spiritual. I'm soulful. And there is a difference. There's a difference because of the connotation. Soulfulness. That feels resonant because it feels raw. It feels alive. It feels unapologetically human. It's something that breaks away from the overly serene or hyper polished vibes of traditional Western spirituality. What I see as true spirituality is real, accessible, and electrifying. I believe in a spirituality that wears its scars like trophies, that speaks with swagger, that dances in technicolor and laughs at the absurdity of life, that mocks authority and celebrates authenticity. I believe in a spirituality that walks with fire in its step, something true, something real, something powerful, and so unapologetically wild and natural and human. This is the essence of the soul. The essence of the soul is not polished. It is not, this sort of relinquishing or releasing of all attachments to the material realm. No, being human is to be inherently attached to the material realm. Like, what are we talking about here? Did we forget what it means to be human? Like, we are animals. We are literally animals on a living planet where everything is connected. Connection and attachment are essentially synonyms. The only difference is the neurotic obsession with the pristine. Attachment, when viewed in a negative context, is this idea of it evokes connotations of impurity, of you are doing something wrong by being attached, as opposed to, no, this is inherently natural. Being attached is like such an inherent part of the human experience. It is so normal. It is so okay to be attached. Releasing that shame is exactly what I'm talking about here. It is a transformation of the mind into a new way of relating to the world. One that is authentic, one that is shameless, one that is a rebellion against all systems of authority that tell us, even these spiritual power structures that tell us, or spiritual power structures that tell us how we have to live, how we have to operate, how we have to relate to each other and to the world. I think true spirituality is rebellion against all of that, because all of that is just complete nonsense. Real life is not some kind of curated New Age retreat. It is a battlefield. It is a dance floor, a storm, a freaking carnival. All of this at once. It is beautiful in a way that is so messy and so chaotic that it just makes you cry and laugh and scream and dance and sing. We are talking, or at least I am talking, about a spirituality with calloused hands and dirt under its nails, one that shows up for a fight, to fight for what it loves, for what it believes in, and doesn't care if its hair is out of place. a new way of relating to the spiritual essence of the universe, where we throw our heads back and howl in with rage and ecstasy, with joy and pain and all of it. It's not about transcending life or transcending the material realm. Forget floating above the world in some like sanitized bubble of enlightenment. This is about diving headfirst into the chaos, embracing the chaos of this world, accepting it, loving it even. That's where the true richness of the soul is found. I want to project this message to you because it is something I believe in so strongly. It is something that moves me. It is something that I understand on a profound level because I'm human. I am scarred. I am hurt. I have been hurt. I have hurt others. And this is what it means. This is what it means to be human. And to learn from that, to wear those scars as medals, to understand that failure and mistakes are fertilizer for the growth and the expansion into the fullness, the full, all-encompassing richness and just complete expandedness of your soul, of the potential of your soul. Understanding that is entering into a new space, a new paradigm where there is room for rage, where there is room for heartbreak, where there is room for shouting and cursing at the stars when life feels cruel. There is room for humor. This is, I think, the heart of the movement that will carry us into a future that is worth living in. It is the acceptance, the recognition of the scars of ourselves, each other, of the earth, and the moving forward into a new way of reflecting, a new way of relating in authenticity, in passion, eros, the untamed soul, not something that is exclusively light and inconsequential, but something that is also profoundly real and even terrifying at times, disgusting at times, because this is the nature of humanity. And I'm not advocating for for the propagation of fear and harm. But what I am advocating for is the recognition of fear and harm and the acceptance of it and the moving into an age in which we understand that this is an unavoidable part of life on earth, and that in order to, if it's what you want, to transcend that truly, in order to develop a relationship with yourself that is deeply spiritual, you must fully embrace the horrifying things that happen in this world, that have happened to you, that you have caused even. And this is something that we all carry. And going into the soul, finding that human, finding that true human animal within you, and learning to alchemize that into the most authentic version of yourself, where you are just fully radiant in the vastness of the potential for your expression as an individual. That is, in my opinion, the most profound, the most real, the most true version of spirituality. So that's what I'm offering. That's what I'm encouraging you to do, is to rebel against systems that tell you how you should be, to rebel against old, outdated narratives of perfection, old, outdated narratives of, having to fit into a certain mold, and to truly get to know yourself through inquiry, through spending time alone, through psychedelics is a powerful one, extremely powerful, and proceed with caution in that regard, because if you're not in the right environment or with the right people, then that can be very traumatic. But I do recommend that you attempt to get to know yourself through whatever means is most accessible, through whatever means feels most in alignment, in resonance with who you are, who you want to be. That is how we grow. That is how we truly become the spiritual family that we are, that we are both destined to be, and that we already are, without realizing it. That is how we move into this new age, the true new age, not just like new age as in like this, again, this sort of phrase that has completely lost its meaning. But the true new age is the new age of the heart, of like the fullness of the heart. And the heart is twofold, guys. The heart is, full of blood. And blood is, some people faint when they see it. So keep in mind like what this is, right? We are real. We are real. We are not just spirits. We are, but people say like a spirit having a human experience. That is such a profound thing. To have a human experience is immensely challenging, and it is immensely profound, and it is ultimately so important, so beneficial to whatever the soul is, whatever the soul even is. This human experience is truly like the most enriching possible, or I don't know about possible, but like it is definitely an extremely powerful, almost psychedelic, well, not even almost, like truly psychedelic experience that allows the soul to meet itself and to see on the deepest, most profound level what it's made of, what it means to be soulful. So remember that. Move through life with the knowledge that we are all human. We are all flawed. We are all scarred. And if we truly want to be spiritual, to be conduits for love, we need to be able to see and recognize the humanity in each other. We need to not deny that, not judge each other. We need to hold each other in a way that is full and saturated with the recognition of that. And in the simplest terms ever, it's just love, cuz as I've said before in other videos. But it is the most profound thing ever. The choice to love is something that comes through a long journey of pain and sorrow in a lot of cases. And this is something that, when recognized, when seen, when honored, when valued for the blessing that it is, becomes exactly that. It becomes an immensely powerful catalyst for the metamorphosis, for the evolution of the soul into its rightful fullness, its rightfulness. Whoa, that was crazy. Realizing that this is our nature, and this is actually on the most profound soul level what we came here to experience and what we want to experience. And to me, that makes sense, bro. That makes sense, because I know myself. I know that I like shit that's raw. That's what I like. I like art that is raw. I like the just the expression, the outpouring of the soul. That's what means something. That's pretty much all I have to say. Keep living, keep loving, and create art. Create art, and you know, art could mean, like, art could be anything, you know? Art doesn't have to be like painting on a thing. Express yourself, express your creativity. Create something, create a contribution to this world. And you will make the world more beautiful, more real. So yeah. That's all I got to say. And have a great day. I love you. Keep being you. Keep being beautiful. Keep being awesome. Peace.